Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming back on to do a project share for Scrap Diva Designs, and here is Erica's card, her website, all of her other information, and make sure to follow the hashtag Scrap Diva Designs. Check out what everybody else is making. So I am sharing, I took the dies out of the plastic. It's the Shabby Chic Memorydex, and here are the pieces. So here is like the bigger piece to this, and you will use this. You just need to measure your paper out right here. You can always trim if it's too big. And then I used this little piece here to make the Memorydex. And then of course I used, she has like scissors, a thimble, a threader, a seam ripper. There's even words that say Shabby Chic. There's a needle set, pins. I love this little set. I've used this a lot. So I just cut this out, I think 2 on the pink and 1 of the gold, so that way it would be nice and thick. And also here I cut this out 3 times, and I just cut it to size, and I think it only goes up to about like right there. So let me measure how. I think it's about, I measured it at 1 inch, so that way it's like a little bit up, and then it is about 1 6/8, so the 1/8 mark right after the 1/2 inch mark. So you just have to, what I did was I just cut this out first, and then I just took scissors and put like first put marks, like kind of measured, and then just cut it with scissors to the size. But this will fit on a Memorydex holder. So like I said, I just took a piece of paper. Let me see if I have a piece. I just kind of, well, I would have cut a lot more off. I just kind of set it right on there. You know, I probably, let's see, because people always email me and ask me questions, so I might as well just explain it. So this is probably over 1 inch. So I just took a piece of paper like this, put it on here, ran it through the die cutting machine. Then I cut 1 inch off. I just measured up, cut 1 inch off, and then you just have to measure the sides. So that makes it easy. Sometimes I don't always explain, and then, so I figured I would just explain first. So that's how I made the little mini Memorydex. And then I just cut the outside piece. I cut this out twice, and then I had glued this piece in between, and then I just cut out my, can't really see it because it's covered up, but there is pattern cardstock underneath all of this. And I used that little stitch die, and I did not do any sewing on that at all. Then I just layered them up with embellishments and flowers, and then here I used the needle, the threader, the scissors, the thimble, but so cute. And then I bought these pins, I think off of Amazon. It's just a little bow. And I just stuck that right in there, and then stuck a little bow here because my needle is sticking out, but I glued it in there, and if I try to pull that out, it keeps ripping behind it. So I just stuck a little bow there, so that way I wouldn't poke myself with it. And on here, I just put a little bow. This one here, I want to put a little bow, but I left room so that if I ever do send these to somebody, I can just take a little sheet of paper and write who I am on it. And it should, is it this one? Yes, well, it's little, this is a little thick, but I made it so that you could put a little piece of paper in there with your name on it. So if you do gift it, then that way they know who it's from. But these came out so super cute. I love this die set. And I just hung a little birdie. He keeps flopping around. And then I just put some flowers. Those are Lori's flowers. And then this is just a little punch that I bought. These are flowers that I made, I think last year, but super cute, so easy to make. Like I said, we all love minis. And that is my project share for Scrap Diva Designs. And here is Erica's card again. And I do have a coupon code, which is Davina10, and you can save 10% off of your order. And thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.